What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Brick Built Mindset podcast. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in and subscribing. And if you're listening to this on any audio platform, I would greatly appreciate an honest review. So today I want to talk about a skill that I think is very, very undervalued, and that is communication. And my stance on that is you are only as good as you can communicate. And I think a lot of us think that, it's not a big deal, or, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it. But for me, communication shows you how much you value that other person's time, how much you value the understanding, how much you value their relationship. Because to me, I think some of the best relationships in this world are built on communication, understanding, a way to convey. And I think a lot of people undervalue communication. And we think that, it's not my responsibility to communicate how I feel. It's not my responsibility to communicate to my teammates or to my coach or to my boss. And we think that it's their responsibility. But if you can communicate your value with your boss, your value with your teammates, your value with your coach just goes that much higher, because now it's direct insight. There's no gray. There's no way to lose in translation, because communication is key. And I was listening to a lady talk on a podcast, and she was talking about one of her past relationships that she was dating. And she dated somebody who was a high profile guy, and he was extremely busy, extremely wealthy. And she said he was the best communicator. And she's like, why are you so accessible? Why is it that every time I text you, you always respond back? And you're this busy person. How is it that you value the communication? He said, because in order to be as successful as I am, the way I communicate with other people lets them know the value I see in them, the value I see in my own time. And I took that to, even though it was like a scroll and I was just happened to stop on it, I take that into consideration. If you can't have the decency to reply back to somebody, to let somebody know a deadline, or to communicate with somebody on a meeting that you have, then you don't value your own time, which means that you definitely don't value their time. So as simple as this message is today, communication is the key to a lot of great relationships, and it's a pillar in a lot of great relationships. And I truly believe that you're only as good as you communicate.